Hey guys, welcome to another video, and today I'm going to be going over my fictional ship, the H.M.S. Wentworth. There's PowerPoint on it, and basically I'm going to be going over everything on it. Again, I'm not going to be looking at the camera, I'm going to be looking at the screen because I'm reading off of that, and sorry, the lighting is pretty bad. It looks pretty bad on my screen. But yeah, you get the entire thing. I've done tons of these, but yeah, here we go. This is a fictional ship, fictional worlds, here you go. Building. After the failure of two of the three Olympic-class liners White Star Line had made, they wanted to make another to see how it would do and to rival Cunard Line's RMS Colby. The ship's keel was laid down on April 7th, 1917, and was built using the same layout of the Titanic, because they thought it had the best layout. The ship's hull was finished on September 19th, 1917, and the ship's 4 funnels were delivered along with the completion of the superstructure and the rest of the ship on January 15th, 1918. The ship had its first sea trials in the Irish Sea 2 weeks later. She was declared seaworthy. Unfortunately, a few days after the ship was declared seaworthy, the British government told White Star Line that the ship must be converted to a hospital ship because of World War I. It was during the aftermath of this war that she would sink. The layout. The HMS Wentworth had 9 decks, ranging from the boat deck to G deck. The front half of the boat, front half of the ship, everything directly forward to the second funnel was for passengers. On the boat deck was the entrance to the grand staircase and the second-class staircase. The ship carried 70 lifeboats, which were housed on the boat deck. On A deck was the promenade deck and first-class suites and surgical rooms for the military. On B deck was the aft mail and storage room, more first-class cabins, and open area for soldiers. On C deck was the inquiry office and the second-class cabins, along with the bathrooms for the soldiers and third-class passengers. On D deck was the first-class reception room and third-class cabins. I'm missing E deck, but it would just be tons of third-class cabins. In the other cabins in the back would just be used for nothing. On F deck was the saltwater swimming pool for first and second class and the military storage room. Finally, on G deck was the boiler and electric rooms. And the sinking. So here, this is where it gets kind of confusing. So, basically, the date is March 17th, 1929, after World War I. Now, the ship is still a hospital ship, and it is ferrying passengers. And reserve troops, reserved British troops over to America. And so it's just ferrying troops and people between the two continents. So really that. In the afternoon of March 17th, and it still had not been refitted for passenger service, because it's still a hospital ship, of course, but yeah, it's still not refitted for passenger service, because they're still ferrying soldiers. So, yeah. In the afternoon of March 17th, 1929, at 2:43 p.m., the ship struck a reef off the coast of Bermuda and started to sink. The ship went off for 3 more miles, and then the captain gave the all-stop order. Every lifeboat was lowered safely. The ship was carrying 2,000 people in total on the voyage. It also has heavy inspiration from Titanic for the time of the sinking. Every lifeboat was lowered safely. The ship was carrying 2,000 people in total on the voyage, 1,567 soldiers, and 533 passengers, all third class. The ship sunk in 2 hours and 43 minutes. In total, 503 people died. All of them were British soldiers returning to the United States. They got trapped behind the first-class barriers. The people were left in the water for 1 hour until the HMT Rogue picked them up. And yeah, that's the entire thing. And then I also have another one, my friend's ship, called the HMT Rogue, Hired Military Transport, I believe. Yeah, HMT Rogue. I'm sorry, Aiden, but it did take you 45 minutes to write 4 bullet points and 4 pictures, so yeah. But I guess the animations did. The HMT Rogue by my friend Aiden Anderson. It's really short, so I'm just going to do it in this video as well. The HMT Rogue by Aiden Anderson. Tons of animations. Building. The building of the boat took 5 to 7 years to build. The boat had 7 decks, the boat deck through F deck. Okay. That's the entire first slide. Service. It was a warboat that carried troops, active and hospitalized troops. That's second slide. Third slide. Retirement. HMT Rogue retired in 1953, 8 years after World War II, where it retired at New York Harbor. That's the end. That was 45 minutes of work right there. Oh, God. Anyway, yeah, guys, that has been the video. If you did enjoy them, please do subscribe, like, comment, and I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.